사시
불기 즉싱 내독정 리라링신인백인파리 상계 싱두 밑에 오ar기 교군 남닥 싱라 주파쇼 이람 구루라나 만달라 감니야타야미
상계
신앙 서기 정남라 장추 바두 닥미 캡수치 다기 천yen 기페 선암기 졸라 벤치르 상계 주파쇼
상계
신앙 서기 정남라 장추 바두 닥미 캡수치 다기 천yen 기페 선암기 졸라 벤치르 상계 주파쇼
상계
주랑 서기 정남라 장추 바두 닥니 캡수치 다기 천yen 기페 선암기 졸라 벤치르 상계 주파쇼.
I think we're missing words, so we could crack the door so he doesn't feel scared to come in.
He should feel scared to come in.
Shang-Tsung.
Okay.
Alright.
We just had a sexy temper,
Oh, no, you
a
can't.
statement of absurdity, a proof based on absurdity. And Nick's going to tell us what it was.
The Tangyur.
It always starts with Shaduk Churchen. Well, then they must blah 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 because blah blah blah. It had
Oh,
to do
yeah.
with Chubas.
Yeah, there are people who've achieved liberation because they already...
Wait, who's the Churchen?
Chiba. Sorry. Consider people who have regular folks,
Take all the 2-year-olds in the world.
all the 2-year-olds.
Yes, they're liberated.
That's a
I guess
Churchen?
I guess they've reached nirvana
Good.
because they
Arhat.
because they see things as they really are.
Good, not bad. Okay, now then this ancient Tibetan commentator on the 60 verses said, according to him,
Shang-Tsung.
this is one of two kinds of logic. It's either a Taundok, which means like a Taungur. Okay, it's a statement where if you switched it would be correct. They haven't seen. Okay. They don't see reality correctly because they haven't achieved arhat. Okay?
Okay.
That's Tondok.
Right.
Or maybe it's a Rangtaki Tensei. Okay?
Alright.
I'm sorry. We say it's a Tondok or it's a Rangtak. It's a reason given to yourself. Why shouldn't I eat bread today? Well, Anton told me not to. It makes me fat. Like that. If you give those reasons to yourself, that's called a Rangtak. Here, jak means proclaimed to yourself. Proclaimed to yourself. Okay? Spoken to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But he said, no, it's a rangyu.
Yeah,
It's a rangyu. Now, Gyaltsab-je uses that as an excuse to go off on the rangyu bus.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which aren't at all
Related.
anything to do with this book. And then he even goes off on the differences between the two Madhyamika schools, which is a wonderful subject. So I'd like to do a good job on that. I'd like to do it from Tsongkhapa or something like that. He's got a list, but he doesn't explain them very much.
Gyaltsab-je does.
Here in this text, yeah. He goes off on it. He goes to them, off the subject matter. And you see there's root text verses are getting scarce in this section. It means he's off on his own thing.
Yeah.
He's probably going to have them all at the end just listed. But I thought it'd be a wonderful appendix to your book if you had that section from a major lama. And I haven't chosen which one yet. But there's a famous list of 8 unique qualities of Prasangika. And the implication is that the Svatantrika don't have them, you see. And those are very famous, and you learn a lot by studying them. So it'd be a beautiful addition. It'd make your book a lot more valuable for everybody.
Cool.
And that's probably why he stuck it in here in the first place.
Yeah.
So we're going to follow him. So I went and got you some basic information about Rangyuki Tensik, okay? And I would like to translate these little snippets. They're just snippets.
Cool.
About what is a Rangyu. Because that ancient Tibetan scholar said, he didn't say it was a Tengyur, he didn't say it was a advice, logic given to myself.
Right.
He said it was a Rangyu. And then Gyaltsab Je disagreed. He said, no, it's either a Tengyur or it's advice to himself, but it can't be a Rangyu. So what is a Rangyu? And why are the Svatantrika called Svatantrika? Because they're named after this logic. The name of the lower midway school is taken from this logic. And the name of the higher midway school
It's in contradiction to.
Yeah. So I just thought, first we'll go off on some introductory things about Rangyus. And then we'll go through 8 or 10 features that differentiate the Prasangika from the Svatantrika.
Cool.
Those are from Gyaltsab Je, and they're not much detail.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to go to a footnote called the eight features that are unique to the Prasangika. And that in itself has become a subject of study in the monastery. Like you might do it for 3 weeks or something. A lama might spend 3 weeks on the 8 qualities. It's called the 8 unique qualities. Okay? Here we go. First up is Kirutamba Darge, who wrote whose text?
Sugang's.
Yeah, Sugang's text.
Yeah.
And let's start it here. Let me piece it up for you.
I've asked some people in India to find us better scan of Sugang's text. Or a scan. We don't have any.
Let alone better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're starting with an explanation of what is a Rangyu.
Independent reason.
Yeah.
Welcome to the dark side of appendices, my friend.
I was just thinking about that. I'm excited about it. This is an awesome appendix. Appendix topic.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, excuse me. This is Kirutamba Darge's Madhyamika
Tache.
Yeah.
Lobum paksang nitel gyor wa yinserna. Ona lobun seng song ki rangyu ki tensik tang tong rangrik mi sheching chidun shepar tel tang.
Wait. Follow the Sugan system.
Okay, chidun shepar tel.
No, he just gave us our Chuchen. It's down. We're going
where's
down.
the
Chidun
Chuchen?
Shepatal. Are you telling
Chidun
me
shepar tel. Oh. Chidun shepar tel.
why you say that? Danja Tepe.
Damcha
Okay,
tepe.
so the ridiculous statement at the beginning, the other guy's statement, is Lopen Paksen. This is a very, very famous group of 2 guys. Papa Namdo Bay, Vimukti Sena, and Senge Sambo, Hari Badra. Vimukti Sena and Hari Badra. 2 very, very, very famous commentators on the Abhisamaya Alankara of Maitreya. Okay, they are the 2 early commentators. They're the 2 big guns of the early days of this text. Okay, back in India. Okay, so our guy says, this is very interesting. Should be interesting for you guys. I mean, everything's interesting.
Yep.
But Lopen Paksang ni Teng Gyurwayin.
They give they're prasangikas. They
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
were prasangikas.
Now, who said it?
Kedrup Dark.
No.
Well, oh no. Oh,
Shenlu.
oh.
Shenlu.
Shenluk is saying
Mr. Wrong. The other guy.
How do we know we're in Kachi?
It's
Oh,
a Shenlu.
Serna.
Yeah, somebody comes along and claims, which is, Sugang's now got it as a macro on his computer. Somebody comes along and claims those two great early commentators on Maitreya's famous book, Abhisarankara, they were Prasangika.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to make sure we're in a Prasangika text.
What's the?
Yeah, we
what's
are.
the text?
By the way,
Yeah.
the way they name a textbook on Majjhimika in the monastery, they say commentary to Gombarapsa.
Oh wow. Gombarapsa.
Gombarapsa is so famous that any book on middle Prasangika is a commentary on illumination.
The defensive
All right.
work.
So this statement has to be wrong, according to us.
Yeah.
According to the highest viewpoint, it's wrong to say that these two early commentators on Maitreya were Prasangika. When we learn why they can't be Prasangika, we'll learn something about Rangyuki Tensik. Rangyuki Tensik, by the way, is right here. When he says Tangshakpa,
Shang
Tang
Tang
Sakpa.
Sakpa.
When Tang Sakpa says, "Oh, that statement by Nagarjuna about children who must have seen emptiness directly, right? That's a Rangyu. He means the full form is Rangyu Kitensik.
Okay.
Reasoning involving a
Independent-
reason,
Independent reason.
which is independent. You can say that.
So tensik is another way to say reason.
Tensik is another word for reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
But it can also be interchangeable with the reason by itself in a logical statement. In a syllogism, the last element before the Timbayanda is sometimes called a tensik, but tensik can also mean a school of reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the words in Tibetan for reason and reasoning get mixed up, and you just have to know. Okay, so anyway, the expanded name of Rangyu is Rangyuki Tensik, always. Okay.
Cool.
So here he says, well, then here's our counter statement. Go ahead.
Anna, local.
By the way, please make the first two syllables sarcastic. Ona. Then, in Tibet there'll be a smile and a nod of your head. Ona. Wow. Ona.
Ona.
Yeah, good. The little smile because he's effed up already.
Ona. Lopun seng sangi rangyuki tensik dang rang rik mi sheching. Chidun shepartel.
Wait, you going up or down?
I went down. Chidun shepartel.
Shepartel. Shepartel. Okay.
Damcha te peichi.
Okay, struggle with this.
Well then. Mishe. I guess they were.
Just do it piece by piece. Loban Senge.
Okay, I guess the masters.
This is he only took one. He only
Haribhadra
took one.
and
didn't
I
say
guess
and.
Master Haribhadra
Yeah.
taught Rangyuki Tensik, reasoning which is reasoning
no.
which uses.
The Mishe distributes to both. Mishe distributes.
I
to
guess he
many.
didn't teach.
Yeah, I guess he never accepted.
Which I figured that's where it was going. Never accepted reasoning which is which uses independent reasons.
Yeah, I guess
Master
Master
never
Haribhadra
taught.
didn't accept
I
independent reasons.
guess Master Haribhadra.
What's why do they call it independent is coming.
Yeah.
So I guess he didn't accept independent reasons. B, he didn't accept
Rangrik.
apperceptions.
That's it. Yeah.
The ability of the mind to know itself in the same instant, in
Yeah.
the same millisecond. Are we 1 millisecond behind in watching what we thought yesterday? I mean,
acting out.
Are we watching karmas coming out of our mind? Karmic seeds opening into thoughts? Or is the mind aware of itself? And the higher schools say no, it cannot be. A knife cannot cut itself, and a man cannot ride on his own shoulders. Okay, there's no time for you to hear what your mind says in the same moment that it says it. Okay, and that fits very well the DCI idea that thoughts are coming out of your karmic seeds. By the time they come out, it's too late to change them. You're just a listener. So, I guess he doesn't accept independent reasons, and I guess he doesn't accept apperception, and I guess he does accept, okay? Now there does accept
Outside objects.
outside objects. Outside objects. Chidan. Shevata. Well, why do you say that? Damjate Peche. Because you said he was prasangika. So now we know three things. We know two things that prasangikas don't believe, and we know one thing they do believe. Tell me what they are.
They do believe in outer objects.
Yeah,
we
that's radical.
Yeah, they don't accept apperception, and they don't accept independent reasoning.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely not independent reasoning.
So it's kind of interesting. You get up into the higher school, and they start saying outer things do exist again.
Yeah, right.
The whole thing we talked about downstairs for 2 days is wrong,
Right.
according to the higher school. By the way, can you tell me why Prasangika, if I asked the Prasangika guy, would I say, he would ask me, are all things projected by my mind? Yes.
Yes.
Are they all popping out of seats in my mind? Yes. Then how can things be outer?
That's because they're projected as outer objects.
Yeah, as an outer thing. Your mind is so powerful that it can project objects as outer things and project people as separate entities, as separate mind streams.
Wow.
Your mind is so cool. Your seeds are so sophisticated. They can create other people with their own minds. So it's not that you're living in your mind, and it's not that everything you see is in your head. Okay? That's the high school.
Dunna. Lopungi.
What did he do to?
If you okay, I thought I was just gonna read it first.
Okay.
No, but that's cool. Outer objects, and he does accept. I guess you're saying that he does accept outer objects and doesn't.
No, he always says do it right after tell. Yeah. I agree. He doesn't accept two things and does accept one thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Because.
What are the two things and what are the one thing? Let's just stay on it.
Did it again. Yeah, he does accept outer objects, and he doesn't. I guess he doesn't accept apperception or independent reasoning.
Yeah, good.
Right.
Yeah, independent reasons. I think I'd say. Okay.
Reasons.
I agree. He does not accept. I agree. He doesn't accept the two and he does accept the one because I think he's a prasangika, and I agree that's what a prasangika should say.
Right. Okay. Cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
Duna.
Lopungirang ki tensik shepartel.
Yeah. Are you telling me what?
He accepts independent reasoning.
That's
the master
all.
accepts independent
So
reasons.
he took one of the three things out.
Yeah.
He just wants to confirm it about one of the three things.
Yeah.
Us. So let me get this straight. He doesn't believe in the two things and he does believe in the one thing, right?
Oh, okay.
You're the other guy.
Right.
You're the guy who thinks he's a prasangika. Now what do you say?
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
So can I just treat one of those?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So let me just confirm. You really think he believes in this independent reason thing?
I didn't say that.
No, well, no, you say why, teacher.
Right, why?
Why do you say that?
Yeah.
And I say, well, because I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he does accept that things could exist from their own side.
Oh.
He does accept the idea of a reason which works from its own side.
Right, I got it.
He does accept the idea of a reason which works from its own side.
Does he say a reason here?
Yeah.
He's
A correct reason.
Yeah.
He accepts the idea of a reason which is correct from its own side.
Are we still talking about higher doctrine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that work?
Yeah, he's going up, not down here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I misstated it.
So this is,
Yes.
this
Yeah,
is Kachi.
yeah, no.
No, he's going up.
Kachik
up.
said he doesn't accept this kind of reason.
Yeah, right.
And we say, because he's a Prasangika, right?
Right.
And we say, I'm sorry, but he does.
Right. Oh.
He does accept independent reasons.
Tell. Yeah.
Why do you say that? And see, I threw this selection in here because this sentence tells you what a Rangyu is.
Right. Right.
This
right.
sentence tells you what's a
That
Swatantra.
are drooped from their own.
I thought we were trying to say that he's a Prasangika.
No,
Oh, we're trying to say.
we disagree as a
Oh,
Prasangika.
he said he's a Prasangika.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got it right. We misstated it at first.
Wrong,
Yeah.
and then
Got it. So that's Kachi. That's
Yeah,
us.
we went up here, Shepata.
Uh-huh.
Yes, he does accept Rangyu.
Yeah. Got
He
it.
does accept Svatantrika
I see.
reasoning.
Yeah.
Why? Because he says a good reason is effective from its own side.
Right. And that's the sentence that's establishing the difference between
Husband in the
lower
husband in the
middle way
kitchen
and the higher
who
middle
comes from its own
Yeah,
side.
part of it.
Of all the things in the world, this thing has its own power. Very close to Mumawa. People say fire is hot from its own side. I didn't make fire hot. That's the nature of fire.
Yeah.
Gasoline runs cars. Water doesn't.
Some
Wrong is pretty common.
Wrong,
Wrong is pretty common.
Wrong in there.
from its own
from
side.
its own side, that is the.
Well, if you're gonna put an idiom, I'd put this whole thing Rangane Dupa. Very famous.
Established from its own side.
Yeah.
There are lists of words for self-existent in scripture. There are lists of words for self-existent. Rankitseniki Dupa,
Oh yeah.
Rangane Dupa, Dundamba Dupa.
Yeah.
Here comes
Ultimately
Wrong
established.
Drupa
Oh
now.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at that.
So it's a reason which has power from its own side. No one gave it that power. It has its own power. Anytime you use that reason, it's going to be true. Okay? Go ahead.
Where are we? Okay.
Tell.
Tell.
It does too have power from its own side because
Rangi tseni kichupa kuchupe tensik yang dak chepe
because it is a reason which is correct. Yang that means correct. Okay.
Is it correct?
It is a reason which is correct, which exists in and of itself. Rangi Tseniki-dupa. It exists in and of itself. Nobody gave it the power to prove something. It will always prove something. It's its own power, sub-power.
By definition.
Yeah, by definition.
Let's see.
And then they add the word Shepa, which means he agrees
He
to that.
agreed.
Who's he?
Master Haripatra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If he agrees that a reason works from its own side, okay, then he cannot be a Prasangika.
Right.
And we can call him
A
the
reason,
reason works
from
from its own side school,
guy. Yeah.
which is Rangyupa, which is Svatantrika.
Yeah.
Okay, you understand now? You got it now? The lower middle way school is called reason works from its own side school.
Tantrika.
Okay, and this is why they're called what they are. Right here. Okay, and some of the greatest Buddhists of history have been Prasangika, like Haribhadra, who's
You mean Svatantrika?
You mean special.
sorry, what did I say?
Some of the greatest Buddhists in history have been.
Prasangika, yeah, sorry.
No, didn't
The
get it,
greatest have
but
been
let's go on.
What I'm saying is he was no slouch. And his commentary is the basis for the first 12 years of study in the monastery. Half of the Geshe course is devoted to his commentary.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
So he's no slouch. Okay, did I tell? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we read it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Because he accepts that it's a reasoning that's established from its own side.
So we got a string of reasons here.
Does that.
We got a string of reasons
It does
here.
establish things by.
He can't be a Prasangika because he doesn't deny apperception and he doesn't deny individually work self-functioning reasons.
Yeah. And he,
And he does accept outer objects.
right.
I'm sorry, he doesn't accept outer objects. It's a sarcastic here.
Right.
Are you telling me he accepts outer? Okay. Then we say, well, why do you say he believes in Rangyu? Why do you say he believes in reasons which prove themselves?
Because he believes that they
Well,
have
because
power
he
from their
believes
own
that
side.
they exist from their own side.
Yeah.
Why do you say that? Well, he believes that they exist in and of themselves. Okay?
Why do you say that?
Well, why do you say that?
He runs around proving things that way.
Because,
So it kind of says the same thing again.
no, why do you
Oh.
say he does accept the concept of something that it could exist in and of itself? Why do you say that Haribhadra does accept the concept that something could exist in and of itself? Why do you say that? Well, I'll tell you why. Okay? He wrote the Delchung.
He wrote the
He
small
wrote,
commentary.
he wrote a smaller and a larger.
Yeah.
But in his smaller commentary, he doesn't use the word Rankitsiniki
Okay.
Oh,
for Gakcha,
ja.
for the
Yeah.
Gakcha.
Yeah.
He
Oh.
doesn't say exist in and of itself
For the-
when he's talking about
Yeah, I'll drink
what emptiness is empty of.
Oh,
When he's
okay.
denying something, he doesn't use the words because they exist by definition.
Oh, I see. Because he uses kunsub. He uses
He
kunsub.
adds an adverb.
He
He adds an adverb.
No.
Dundampar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the ultimate reality.
Highest.
Ultimately,
Mhm.
ultimately speaking.
Ultimate adverb, yeah.
Okay, ultimately speaking.
Mhm.
Do you accept that things exist in and of themselves? No, not if you're saying ultimately.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, does that when somebody answers that, I'll say it again. Do you accept the idea that something could exist in and of itself? Then you come back with, well, do you mean ultimately?
Yeah, butter.
Was they-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
If he had to ask the question,
Right.
what does he think you always have to add to that
Right.
expression?
Ultimately.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he thinks that. they
And that
do
means
exist.
if you don't add the expression, it's okay.
Uh-huh.
Right.
That means that he
Right,
accepts
right.
Tanya, that they do exist for
Conventionality.
Rankitsen.
Kunsub.
Yeah, in and of itself is
Sure, it says
okay
Nominal.
until you say ultimately speaking.
Uh-huh.
But in Prasangika, in and of itself is not okay. It doesn't matter what you put onto
Yeah,
it.
they're like, why would you say that? Like, why would you ever?
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So if this guy keeps putting ultimately, he
Yeah.
keeps adding that adverb to exist in and of itself,
Yeah.
he cannot be a,
A prasangika.
yeah, or he wouldn't think he had to add this word.
Right.
Yeah, and what Ben's saying is that you're also implying that he accepts some kind of nominal existence of in and of itself.
Right.
Mhm.
You know,
Right.
you're also saying that in the normal world, some things do exist in and of themselves. And we're about to show that. Okay, ready? Gotcha. Dindabi kepa. Dindam ki kepa means those extra words, dindam.
Mhm.
That extra quality, dindam.
Mhm.
Yang, he doesn't say it once.
He says it again and again.
Yeah, he
Over and over.
repeatedly uses the
Kepa.
word
Yeah.
ultimately.
Yeah.
You know.
Cool.
I'll give you another example. Okay, in the kitchen, is the husband coming from you or not?
You mean ultimately?
Yeah, good.
Right. Right.
Okay, is he coming from his own side? Well, do you mean really? Okay, that means you don't understand what I mean when I say from his own side. Or you wouldn't have to say, do you mean really? Got it?
He's either
That
coming
means
from
you
his
think
own
there's
side
a
or
come
he's
from
not.
his own side, which is okay.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it the 50-50 thing?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, exactly. We're going to get there. It's coming. Okay. Delta Yang Yama Becha. He repeats it over and over.
In his little commentary.
Okay, in the smaller commentary, because he wrote a bigger commentary.
Right.
I think it's 2 volumes or something. He wrote a huge commentary.
Okay.
There's a Sake guy who wrote a 12-volume commentary.
Right.
Tepa Chamba Shungla Miawa Shiptum Ma Chepa Kin. And Gyaltsabje's comment was,
You don't
it's too bad he didn't have a chance to study the subject.
He's,
Anyway,
he's pretty clever at it.
moreover,
Yeah, he accepts ultimate and
no, you guys sit with this.
Kyang, he paid.
I think you should pay me $100 if you can't figure this one out.
Is he
establishes
established?
even. He establishes even ultimate things as being.
He establishes
Yeah, he
that
believes
there's a
Deceptive.
Conventional
Yeah,
conventional
there's a
reality is
You
correct.
got it, you got it.
But
You just saved your friends $99. What? Say it again.
He believes you can establish a true deceptive truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mirage.
This is all deceptive reality, right?
oh, I see.
It lies to us. it says I'm coming from my own side. I'm coming from somewhere. But he says, well, you know, in the deceptive world, there's two kinds. There's dreams, which are not real, or there's times when you slam the brakes on your car when a leaf crosses the road. That's deceptive. And then there's correct deceptive. Like I'm looking at Stanley. That's correct deceptive. So only if you're not a prasangika would you divide things that way. No prasangika would ever say that. They would say, I don't care whether you're dreaming or whether you're awake. There's nothing right about either.
Right.
Okay? Don't tell me there's good bad perceptions and bad perceptions. They're all bad. Okay? Except for the direct perception empty.
I mean, does this make trouble for establishing Sema in the Prasangika school?
We're going to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay. So, also, he must not be prasangika because he does accept the idea of a good bad perception.
Right.
Of a better bad perception. Okay.
Yeah.
We finished that guy. I'm going to keep hitting you with a few of these. And then you'll be better equipped to go to the 8 qualities.
Thank you, guys.
Who's this? Who that?
Yeah.
Here.
Dialectical.
You called me.
Again.
I star 69.
Okay, who is this? I forgot. Kedub Tembadagi.
Okay.
So it's another book by K.
Maybe it's even the same book. Let me see. 22. Oh, it's the same book, actually.
Okay.
Uh,
Shenyang. Denila Narshepe Kepar Dedak Yuparzel.
Yupartel? This is the wrong book.
Oh.
And Deni means the 2 branches of Madhyamika school. And I like to call them branches. I think it's a very accurate way to mention them. I used to say group within the school, but if you say branch, it already means a group within a school. Okay, so the 2 branches of the middle way. Narshepe Kepar, Dedak Yabata. They do too have the differences that I just described. Okay. They do too have the differences that I just described, meaning the 8 differences. Because now it's misspelled. Okay, you spent some guys. You come up, work on it together, and tell me what you got here.
The Prasangikas and only the Prasangikas. Oh,
The truth of
the
Not
Gakshas
able-
of the Prasangikas.
They're able to establish they believe they believe that they're able to prove that things are selfless, and they can see truth
And
only by the power of an absurd reason. But I don't know what the Talgir
they believe that's the only way that
Yeah.
you can
Oh.
block.
Prasangikas and only Prasangikas
That's
are
the
the
only
way.
way that you can deny the having itself. The only
No.
way you can establish the lack of self.
Sorry.
The
So
consequence.
Prasangikas say, Talgir way. So the first Talgir is the name of the school.
Prasangikas.
Prasangikas say
Only
that
God's giant by
this isn't only, it's with nothing more needed.
I see.
It's enough, sufficient. It means
Oh,
sufficient.
that
It doesn't
sounds-
mean
That
only.
Talgir is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, a prasangika by itself.
Reductio absurdum
Let's say
is sufficient.
we should go to Thai tonight because I like Thai food.
No.
You and me, Nick, should go to Thai food tonight because I like Thai food.
Yeah, you're right. We should go to sushi since we both love Thai food.
I'm trying to think of one.
Alright. I'll be here if you need.
Oh, so if you like Thai food, I like Thai food, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's
I
the
guess I like Thai
Talgir.
food too.
That's the Talgir. Okay,
Yeah.
if you like Thai food, I like Thai food.
I guess all the restaurants should become Thai
Okay.
restaurants.
Now, is that enough?
Yeah.
Is that statement by itself? So I guess I like Thai food. as much as we should. You say to me, okay? Geshe Michael, Nick said, I say, we should go to Thai food tonight. You give a reason, because I like Thai food. And then I say to you, well, I guess I must like Thai food too.
Which is usually what you would say.
Okay, which is sarcastic, right? Okay, is that enough for him to understand that I don't want to go to Thai food, or do I have to say I don't like Thai food?
Now I know you pretty well, so
You
it's
know. Can I just hint? Can I just imply? Can I just say something sarcastic? You know, oh, I must be crazy about Thai food too, right? Do I have to say, Nick, you know I don't like Thai food, okay? Is it enough for me to be sarcastic?
if you're a prasangika, it's not only enough; it's the most powerful
if he's
way to do it.
intelligent, if he's intelligent enough, that's stronger. Oh, I must like Thai food too. Okay,
But here
so
they're saying sufficient. That's what the tsam is doing.
is enough. Okay, you don't have to go on and make a second statement. Watch.
Oh, because it's.
Oh,
ghee,
Nick, I
not
must
ghee.
like Thai food too.
Right.
And in fact, I do not.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see,
yeah.
see, the first half is enough by itself. The sarcasm is enough by itself. It proves what you want to prove.
Yeah.
That's the Prasangika school's view on reasoning.
So you leave the conclusion to the
Yeah, and it's almost more powerful
powerful.
because he has to figure it out by himself. Why did Geshe Michael say I must like Thai food too?
So
Oh, he doesn't like
Because
Thai
it's
food.
the adjunctive, not the. Just that'll do. It'll do it.
right.
Yeah.
And by that,
Now, if you want to disprove something on one hand, and if you want to prove something on the other hand, a sarcastic statement is enough
that's what I thought.
by itself.
Okay. And in this case, it's saying it's enough to establish what's not there. It's right.
No, it's enough to deny.
to-
Kekpa
yeah.
is a form of gakpa.
Oh, okay.
Kekpa
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a form of
It's
gakpa.
enough to
It's
deny
enough to deny
the truth of the thing that we
the
think is there.
gotcha, karma, which
Right.
is that things could exist real,
Right.
really. Okay.
And to prove lack of self.
And
Yeah.
conversely, it's enough to prove that it doesn't have a self nature.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it? It's enough to deny that it could exist really, and it's enough to prove that it doesn't have a self. They say. Who? Yeah, the Prasangika.
Right.
It's strong enough, Nupa, to droop, and it's Nupa to
Prove and disprove.
Yeah, good.
Prove and
Okay. Whereas the Svatantrikas think, keep going.
Rangyupe de tarmi nupara rangyu kitensi yangdaki gakju bedak che gupartepe chirte.
Sit with it. Tell me what it means.
Rangyupe, well, the Rangyupas say, the independent school says just, it's like minupara rangyu kitensi. Yeah, that's not
Doing it
enough.
like that isn't enough.
Yeah, you need you need an independent reason
Yeah.
to
A
establish.
true independent reason.
Yeah,
A good one.
that could establish.
That which could deny and establish.
You deny and establish yang daki gak.
Those two did that.
Yeah, those two.
Yeah, those.
You need one. Yeah, yeah.
That
They-
establishing,
that's because
that
that's what they say.
establishing,
have to,
sorry,
yeah.
that denying and that
Yeah.
establishing has to be done with
Yeah.
a.
Correct reason.
With
Independent reason.
Correct independent reason.
We should give it a different name.
Then
For
correct
sure.
independent reason.
Yeah.
Self-standing.
Self-effective is what it means.
Well, we're calling it the independent school. But I guess.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe we could change both, or
You
just.
can say independent,
It's
but
like self-consistent.
no, it means like fire.
Yeah.
It's hot from its own side. Aspirin works from its own side.
A self-powered
say.
reason.
It means that.
Yeah,
It
but
means that.
You,
Which has its own effectiveness, is what it really means. Okay.
effect.
Self-effective. I mean,
Self-effective.
what do you
Is that
call
a
that?
word?
Temporarily. Basic.
Oh, provisionally.
Provisionally, let's call it self-effective.
All right.
But I'm not saying you have to use that.
Okay.
You use something better. If you go to the restaurant and say self-effective,
Even my
they'll
restaurant.
probably give you some aspirin.
Yeah. Even if I was the waiter.
Okay. Now, last comment from Kedup Dhammadargi.
Oh, okay. Talarangi kepa niparke Lengupeche.
What's that?
You need to understand the differences between the Telugu and the Rangupa.
Yeah,
You
good.
definitely.
It's a little different.
Ngepake. You need to really.
Any fool
You gotta be
would
Yeah.
have to accept there's a difference between the two schools. It's gotta lie somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What's any fool?
Well, and it's not here.
I mean, like, is there, yeah.
Kalinga, we all have to accept
Yeah.
that there is definitely a difference between the two schools. Now, this is what it is. He's just telling you. This is what it is. It comes from their name. Their name reflects the difference. Okay. One of them still thinks that something could have some power from its own side, right? 50-50 school. And the other says no. Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. We have time for.
Self-powered reason.
I think it better
Well-
than self-effective,
Mm.
self-powered, but it's up. I'll have to think about it for a while.
Yeah.
Self-sustaining,
Email me if you have any good ideas.
Self-supporting,
Oh,
self-contained,
sorry, Nick.
I
I don't know
will.
if I have any good ones.
self-sufficient.
I will receive ideas.
Sufficing. Self-sustaining.
This is just a final. He's throwing this comment as he jumps out the door.
Is it Cage of Tempadagi again? Maybe.
This, it happens to be
Sovereign.
the same book. It happens to be the same book. Okay.
Alright.
We have
Okay.
time.
We have 8 minutes.
Okay, good.
Kiparume tawa kelen shindo rangyuki tensi kelempa ngeldor sumpai chirte.
Sumbe chete.
Sumbai chirte.
Now there's an idiom here for Adam. Okay, geldur, geldur.
Geldur.
Okay, geldur.
Exclusive and
It means a contradiction of terms. A contradiction of terms. Geldur. It's a logic term. Geldur. Okay. And by the way, the shindu, I'll give you a clue, just so you can work it out by yourselves. It's that present participleizer. Even as you blah.
accepting the view of the
Good.
middle way, the
Yeah.
detailed view of the middle way.
Yeah.
It's contradictory to
Rangyuki
accepting
See the
independent
contradictions?
You can
reasoning.
see the.
Yeah. If you call yourself higher middle way,
Mm-hmm.
then you forever cannot accept a self-powered reason.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning,
So when it says Ngeldor, it's like
he just says middle way. Kiepar Lama is.
No, this Kipa means more particularly.
Yeah,
He's
just,
had some discussion before.
he doesn't
Oh,
bother
oh,
to say
oh,
higher
oh,
middle.
oh.
He just says you're not middle way.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're correct. No, yeah, I'm sorry. He's a Prasangika criticizing the lower middle way school.
Call yourself middle way.
Yeah, you call yourself a middle way? He wouldn't even call them a middle way. He's correct, that's correct. He's being more severe. He's saying, you can't call yourself middle way. Why? You think something comes from its own side. What? Reasons. Okay? You think reasons are powerful from their own side. Don't call yourself middle way. You're a disgrace. Shabden. You're a shabden to the middle way. Okay? Alright.
Pull the leg.
So, I mean, and literally he's saying it would be contradictory to accept the self-powered reasons while accepting the view of the middle way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're calling yourself,
Yeah.
are you telling me, A, I come from a school that says nothing comes from its own side, and
Uh-huh.
B, good reasons come from their own side.
Right.
It's a contradiction of terms, man.
Uh-huh.
Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
While saying that you
Yeah.
accept the views of
Then
the
he
middle
makes another snide comment, which is fun to listen to. Just like Ben Kramer sitting there. Here we go. Ume.
Umetawa kelen shindu yangrang gyuki chorwe nakchapa gang yimpadeni chushintanipa dume nesu tokte she sumpaichi.
This is a long.
The first part is the same.
Okay.
Yeah, the view
Ume tawa kenen shindu.
shindu while accepting the view of
Even
the middle
as you
way.
accept the view of the middle way.
Rangyuki jorwe.
Jongak means, it's another word for tensik.
Okay, so
It means
self-powered reason.
an expression put together, a
Okay.
logical expression put together.
Okay.
Jongak. Okay.
Whoever accepts self-powered reasons even while
And in the same breath,
Right.
Shindu.
while accepting the view of the middle way.
Good, yeah.
Uh,
This kind of
neat.
person,
Yeah.
this kind of phenomenon,
Whoever does
where
that.
a person says, I'm middle way, but I believe that reasons have their own power. This kind of person,
Shinto
doesn't
Nyepa.
understand
do
what
me
it is.
nay.
Dume doesn't get the
And get it.
oh
They
Okay,
cause a
shit.
lot of problems.
okay, that's the
Okay.
Nepa Duma. Yeah.
Oh,
Shinty Nyepa.
Yeah.
They
There's a lot
stay
of
in a
trouble.
lot of problems,
Yeah,
Point.
they're living in
living in
Uh,
turmoil.
a kind of philosophy which is just going to cause everybody a lot of problems.
Mhm.
And it did. Baba Viveka, Buddha Palita, Dharmakirti had to clean it up.
He's our guy.
No, Baba Viveka
Cost-
attacked Buddha Palita and Dharmakirti had, Chandrakirti had to clean it up.
Living in
That's Nyepa Duma.
Okay, yeah.
Lots of problems came out of that. Okay?
What's the Tok doing
Now
there?
we're entering the middle way king.
You should understand.
Oh, Tok Te She.
And then he's quoting
Tok.
somebody who said that.
Oh.
Yeah. You should understand that people running around calling themselves middle way people and at the same time accepting that a reason could have its own efficacy, this kind of teaching is the source, has been the source of a lot of problems.
Got it.
Okay. So first he accused him of being contradictory,
Right.
which it is.
Uh-huh.
And then he said, not only are you contradictory, but this kind of talk is harming everybody.
Pain in the butt.
This kind of talk is hurting everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go back to our text.
Whoa.
And then I'll find you the best presentation of the differences of the two schools that I can. And
Thank
that'll
you.
take
Thank
me
you
some
for
time
finding
because there's a lot of them. I seem to remember one in Illumination.
There's some really cool stuff in Lama and Chemo too.
It might
Right.
be in the Lama Channel, but I'd rather use something from Illumination because
I have the
You need to
bibliography
translate it
entries.
anyway.
I could get some of my own text done. I haven't touched it in 6 months.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead.
I want that.
Korwa Tokma Mepa Ne Tempa Tongna De Tsam Yangen Le Depa Topa Tewa Pempa Yingi Tongnam Ne Nyang De Njokpa Minte Oktu Chudo.
Okay, Konowa, by the way, just to be fair to you, he's gone back to the kids seeing truth.
Right.
I mean, we kind of went on a detour.
Sure.
Why we went on a detour,
Yeah.
one early Tibetan said that this is not a Tangyur, this is an Angyur.
Right. Shang
Okay.
Shangtang Sangba.
Shang Tang Sakpa.
Shangtang Sakba.
Okay.
So
So no Tibetan I know would remember this name. Okay, Konowa Tega Mepa Ne.
beginningless samsara.
Give me that first
Is
part after the comma. You and Ben work on it together.
If you see the truth from beginningless samsara, so if you see the truth,
Dogma.
if you see the truth of that samsara is beginningless.
You can't start some. You can't stop samsara
What has been the situation with these
unless you see
Chibas?
the truth.
Sorry. Oh,
According to the according to the sarcasm,
right.
it's been the accusation.
I guess they're enlightened already. They
So you
already
can-
are.
No, I guess
Right.
they've been seeing the truth since
Since
forever.
beginningless time. Yeah.
Yeah, since time with no beginning in samsara,
Right.
I guess these
They've
dudes have been seeing the
truth.
reality.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Okay,
It's only
and if they have been, nah,
And if they have been,
that in itself
Just-
would be enough to say that
they've reached nirvana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Telwa Pemba means your beliefs project this ridiculous idea. What you've been saying,
Oh.
projects this ridiculous idea.
Yeah. What you're saying implies that.
What's that reject? Project.
It's 1:30 Geshe our time.
Yeah, anyway,
Let's
if
come
your
to
thought is
an end.
correct, if it's true that everything is the way it seems, then people who never heard about emptiness must be seeing ultimate reality all the time. And then they would have been arhats all the time. Okay?
Yeah.
And so what he's saying in this sentence is the idea that people could have seen the truth from samsara with no beginning shows, it implies the second concept, they must have achieved nirvana.
Yeah.
Okay, it implies. Okay.
I mean, the argument kind of bothers me because he's saying like, yeah, if Yata's correct, but like instead of defending our specific presentation of what Yata would be.
He'll get there.
Okay.
He'll get there. But I want to finish this sentence, okay? But we're not talking about the idea that when you reach the path of seeing, that's what it takes to reach nirvana. Okay? That's nirvana. Okay?
We're not
That's a
saying
different key means but.
But
This key is but. The
disjunctive
but.
key.
Key. But this is not the part in the text where we deal with the question of whether you reach arhat
Just by
when you see emptiness directly. That comes later.
by seeing.
Optu chedo.
I'll explain it
Yeah,
below.
I'll examine that question below.
I'll examine
All we're saying is, if it's the case that
if these guys have always seen things correctly,
if things exist the way they seem,
the-
then people never heard about emptiness.
they
Must
are-
have seen the truth since time with no beginning.
right,
And since time with no beginning, they must have achieved.
nirvana.
Oh, that implies that for time with no beginning, they've achieved nirvana.
Right.
We're not on the subject of discussing whether or not at the path of seeing you reach nirvana. That's coming later.
I see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's just clarifying a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Gershla, can you please send me this version with the quotes
Yeah.
that you pulled
Yeah.
out?
In case someone comes up and says, "Oh, well, then I guess Aryas are all at Nirvana because
Yeah.
they've seen the truth."
Right. Yeah.
Say again?
I was thinking
Yeah, that's
about
the
it.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Say it again. I
He's
like it.
anticipating us saying, "Oh, well, then I guess all Aryas are already at Nirvana because they've seen the truth," and you just said that normal people must be
Oh,
at
that's a
Nirvana
good
since they've
idea.
been-
That's
Oh,
a good
That
point.
must be what Joseph J is doing.
That's a good point.
He's waiting for whoever's
Yeah.
going to say that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. Where is Nicholas? Okay.
May I have it as well, Gershla, please?
Where are you?
Got it. Thank you again. Yeah.
Man, you gotta.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm like
Thank you.
so much more excited even now because I can understand what he's talking about. Like
It's
not-
funny because the
it's not totally
statement
anybody.
doesn't seem that radical.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't seem like it's not very hard to understand, but he makes it into a long story.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one sarcastic comment by Nagarjuna.
Yeah.
If things exist the way they seem, then everybody's an arhat. But
Yeah.
then he goes off.
Goes off.
Well, if it wasn't hard to understand, then I guess we're all Arhats.
Okay, but what? Did we do this?
No, that's it. Sashi Pugi Jukshin Meto Cham Rira Lingshin Yinde Kempadi Sangye Shingdu Mikte Wargi Chokun Namdak Shingla Juparsho Idam Gurana Mandalakam Niryatayami Gewadi Gewokun Sunam Yeshe Tsok Shing Sunam Yeshe Lejungwe Tamba Kunyi Toparsho
Shugi, shugi.